And inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Adare Name Chugakare Name Sagare Name Siri Gurudev Name Adare Name Chugakare Name Sagare Name Siri Gurudev Name Adare Name Chugakare Name Sagare Name Siri and heart breath. Okay, so Japa Saraswati.
Yeah, let's bring up the chat. Oh,
Yes. Okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm gonna have to text it to myself. It's not showing up on the screen that I put it on. It's gonna take just 1 sec.
Okay. So keep up heart breath.
Oh, we get somebody else now too. Oh, it's Harimandir.
Oh, good. Hi, sweet. Oh, there we go. So now, Japa Saraswati, can you read that, but do it slowly? Is that okay?
Sure. So if you need to leave early today, please let us know. Hold on, I'm having a problem. This is taking extra slow.
Oh, can we get... Okay, so...
Here. All right. As you know from our last session, we're going to have Baba Siddhi Chand suggest the same from last week. So conversations come with each of you to converse with your personal friend, sibling being, ET extraterrestrial, with either your singular or pod beings. Your friend conversation might be with understanding, feeling, singing, talking, visually, etc. Your own friend might teach you in any way to help you move forward during this shift for the Aquarian Age. Allow your friend being ET who will help you to move forward with these changes. Allow Baba Siddhi Chand can translate for you to keep some notes for your answers. We'll do 1 minute of heart pumping and 7 minutes of heart breath. Do we have any questions?
Okay. So now, Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Begin. Heart rate pumping and begin. Now begin heart breath, 7 minutes. No, And inhale, exhale. And breathe. Okay, Aagia Pal.
Yeah. So, my pod beings today are Native Americans, and they let me know that they're related, connected to um, beings from Atlantis. And so they were related to those who had to flee from Atlantis, um, and so why they're telling me this is that because I tell them how destabilized I feel, and with all these energies that, and um, yeah, destabilized and overwhelmed, um, and what they started doing was sending up smoke signals. And with each smoke signal, could sense that they were sending up one truth after another, and about what has been going on, what is going on, and so on, so that the atmosphere, the air, is more or less um, filled with what's going on, and no wonder why, because I'm breathing in this air. So they circled. I felt like their energy came around me, circling me, and strengthening me, and
Right.
calming me too. Because I've been so out of sorts, with everything. And so, and that's it. It was not a complicated nor a content filled time with them. It was just them being with me, forming a circle like a pod around me, and just letting me know that they are there. They're not going anywhere. Um, they're there for me, and so I can continue to do my work with um, you know with people, and yeah, and mm, that this big sense of overwhelm and fear, huge fear. And we all know fear eradication, and ho'oponopono and so forth. And I told them, I said, I need I need even something stronger than all of that. And they are so they said they continue to uh what they said is their presence with me and around me is what I need to recognize, and um yeah, and fall back on, and to agree to. And and I told them I feel extremely grateful, and that because that's what I needed, and I did in in those minutes, I did feel relief, and I, you know, grateful. Told them I was extremely grateful. So yeah, so that's it. It's the heaviness, the um what I told them too is that um in the atmosphere it feels heavy. It feels like something is pushing on me. And they said, to keep up heart breath is very, very important. Just keep up heart breath, that they're around me, that I because I am vulnerable, that the energies will have more effect, but to help me be less vulnerable and to be stronger, they said just continue. You must continue heart breath, and walking around barefoot outside, they said, in the damp grass. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for my share.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Okay. So did you say that did you call them the pods?
Yeah,
P-O-D-S?
I call them a pod of beings.
Yes, a pod of being.
Beings. Yes.
Got it. I know that got it too.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. So keep up.
Yep.
Keep up with heart breath.
Yes.
We got it. And by the way, um, can other people uh, be understand about, I'm sorry, I can't talk well right now.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it basically means heart breath
Yes.
all the time.
Yes. All the time.
Okay. Also, I just want to tell you something. This is September 3rd,
Yeah.
and right now, the, what do you call it? The,
Oh. Hmm.
the, the victims of those young girls are, uh, um, we're talking, having a press, what do you call it? A press,
Oh,
some,
conference. Yeah.
yes, yes, right now for that. Oh my God.
I might be feeling that. Is that for the Minneapolis uh disaster there with the shooting?
No,
No.
that's with Epstein, and it's
Oh. Oh. Uh-huh.
in the front of the US Congress.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you for the truth.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay.
Hmm.
Kehar.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so glad that you can be here.
Yeah, me too. Um, so my experience, um, uh, I started and I've had a lot of like, as many people, a lot of like tough emotions and things. And one of the things that had been kind of made clear for a while was that as things get faster, anything that is still residual of what's stuck in us is going to come stronger up to be cleared, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and so my first immediate thing was just kind of going through a lot of strong, just general feeling that was coming up. Because I don't like to just say, okay, you person, right? Like, let to see what comes up. And then in doing heart breath, I had this thing where I recognize that I've got it in me sometimes. That heart breath is hard to do because I have, a lot of heart and throat tension, like physically in my body. It's something I'm always releasing in my chest area and in my throat. And I had the thing pop in of, okay, does not have to be hard. It's just relaxing. Rather than like thinking of forcing the breath. Um, and then I saw this like row of like rose petals. And my whole thing was very nonverbal. And that's been like a theme for me lately where things were verbal and very verbal for so long. And that's what I feel is going into just the felt space of everything and kind of like Satnam Rasayan with color and different types of sensings. It's also a way of getting out of the time and space race and the brain race. So and then, the certain messages will come through as needed. So there was this rose petals, and I felt Baba Siddhi Chand there. But again, he hasn't also said much, but it was just like a presence, like kind of like he was laying down the rose petals. And it was the sense that we like connection is always there. And I felt like, oh, it was the softness too of like the rose petals. And then like Mother Mary popped up and she was just sitting there. Like these were all just their presences. No one said anything. It was like Mother Mary, Jesus, Guru Ram Das, kind of like the very like basics for me of the people. And you mentioned pod, Aagia Pal. I have what always has stuck with me. If any of you, Harimandir, I think Harimandir, you were there in the very beginning, but I think and obviously Siri Gian, but the first call ever, um, it was, or Baba Siddhi Chand talked about the round table. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
And and I've used that for, I've always come back to that, and have visualized that even in my head. I've drawn it out, and that sometimes like that there are infinite number of like friends and beings that we have, and some I've always been able to see and very clearly, and others it's like, oh, I know they're there, but I don't see their faces. And then other ones have revealed in time. And so it was just this reconnection to those rose petals for me. They were saying like, yep, all of the connection is always there. And it's just whatever energy is meant to come through at a time. Um, and this reaffirmation of it doesn't have to be mental or the talking of everything, and that this is the more powerful way of connecting and shifting is through the felt, at least for me right now, is the felt space is, I do stuff with like what comes up internally for me is like color and shapes, and I don't know if anyone has studied Sanam or Cyan, but there's that part of it. So that kind of just letting things go. And as I'm saying this, it's coming up that that's like super important because we are bombarded with the mental, and to let it's almost like we can't solve it through the mental, just have to let that, at least for me, that doesn't feel like the way to counteract what's going on, but through the felt space and form and movement, and the connection is also happening in that way. It doesn't always have to be, yeah, like sitting down or journaling or getting the talking of everybody. So that was my experience, and those were the energies and the people that popped through for me. And it was all just very like, we're here supporting. And this, I keep getting that, like, they're all just supporting us so that we can also connect to that source, right? And I guess that's the feeling, like that they were holding space. Yeah. So that's what I experienced.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Harimandir, do you want to talk?
Oh, maybe. Have to get organized here. Um, both Aagia Pal and Kehar, amazing reminders, and it seems that my role at this point may be my role is being the fear eradicator for
The strangest thing just happened. This is Sut City. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
recording of me was playing. I don't know why that was. Did you guys hear that? A
Okay.
previous.
Okay. Right now we're listening to Harimandir.
Okie doke.
Okay. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah. It is such a gift to be otherwise directed into the work I'm doing here in Juneau, because the other stuff is so addictive, and it's so, the minute one gets on on the phone or the computer or whatever, you're sucked in immediately on what's happening other places. And it's so lovely just to be working with people and alleviating fears of using my old lobbying skills, interpersonal skills, rather than the what's the word? It's like the frantic vibration that we're getting from Washington and around. And it's working on a saving not only it's a very interesting situation. It's a hill that a rock, a ridge that is right by the water. Used to be right by the water before the water got pushed away because of Phil. And it was important for the Native community, which is just coming out. The history of the Native use of this hill, this ridge, is only beginning to come out. And on this hill this hill was taken over, this ridge, rock ridge right along the water, was taken over by the you call them, it starts with the C, colonizers. And of course, the Native people were, quote, invited to move further down the beach, not where they would normally camp. So part of the movement from the city, they think the issue is there are 100-year-old homes on there, 7 at the moment, and 2 built in the late 1800s. And they represent colonialism. And some people want to just wipe them off the hill and build high-rise up there. But it's not a big place. It's just the ridge of a slope coming off a larger rock formation. And so it's not a good place for housing, for mass dense housing. And what the city wants to do is wipe everything off and start fresh and build these high rises, which are not buildable. So it's silly. But it also, they want to level this little ridge to make it possible. So it's, for me, it's more offending the rock base itself. I mean, our houses come and go. Eventually, some of them will go anyway. But the minute they start jackhammering into the hill to change it, that's when we lose the Native connection. It's like ripped away. So they're ripping away both the colonialism and the Native connection. So that's what I'm working on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so lovely to not have to worry or be sucked in or look at even the mystics that I used to love to listen to. I'm totally focused on the here, the now, the smoothing of the waters, the getting the information out. So that's what I'm doing, and I am continually grateful, continually, intentionally grateful, and trying to stay in that space. The COVID was a great gift. It focused me and relaxed. I couldn't do some other things. This is fine. Finding the gift in everything.
Okay.
There you go.
Wonderful. All righty. Thank you, dear.
Yep.
Okay. Salt City.
Satnam, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Satnam, everybody, just really happy to be here. And what I have to share has to do before I come to this meeting, I'm at this several hours at this coffee shop that's very productive, wonderful, locally based enterprise. And it's named after the Andes, where people are, it's Andina, little Andes. And for something about that energy there always helps me to get ready for this communion here. So as I was walking over, next there's a huge parking lot and a Catholic school and a big, well, not really, St. Stephen's, the saint who got stoned to death. Great saint. The people there are very mixed ethnic church, and every year they have this massive carnival. So the whole parking lot, which is actually a couple of acres, was covered with these crazy. I wanted to take a picture of it, but I got clear instructions, no pictures. They have pictures in their head that you guys these crazy spinning wheels and Ferris wheels and cars, little cars for kids to crash into each other. I forget what they're called, but every nook and cranny of this parking lot that I passed through was filled with carnival. And the message I got was, this is everyday life. It's a carnival, all about shiny things and speeds and sensation. And it's not the world of soul. So I thought, well, that's really helpful, actually. And I came back and I tried to take a picture of it, the serenity and soulfulness I've experienced through this Dharma, through these practices, through this lifestyle. I could feel it over that peace just settling in on me. And I have it just came across in a thrift shop that I worked at, the Savers, a beautiful, authentic sand painting. And I tried to take a picture for you because I don't know what character it is, but it looks like it's Lakota, and it's got the Five Nations headdress, and who knows where it's from, but it was such a powerful representation for me of soul and the capacity for me to stay present to soul, even in the midst of the carnival of everyday life, etc. And it's interesting because I have to move in a year, exactly a year, and I'm looking at places where I can and could go, and got such clear direction, which it makes me laugh because the conditions under which I left the ashram are kind of tough. So, but it's all kind of soulfully peaceful, and it was like just even feeling it inside my heart and my soul. And that doesn't mean I'm going to be living actually on the ashram, but it was like in Millis, nearby. Who knows? It might be senior housing. It might be someone's home. Who knows? And it's all good, and it's all going to unfold. And I guess the message is, passing through that carnival, wow, really informed my nervous system, helped me see the circumstances of everyday life. And I don't want to say temptations, or it's distractions, profound distractions, versus the serenity of my practice, my Dharma, my communion here, living from soul. And it's what always reminds me is this term serenity, which I use a lot in the recovery community that I'm very active in. And that was also part of this experience today, having a deep meditation in a coffee shop and then in a carnival. That peace is always already there. And they use the word serenity a lot, the serenity prayer and such, in recovery communities. And I became very intrigued by the word. And it turned out when I kind of did some research just on the etymology of the word, the base of it is a seren, S-E-R-E-N. It's the base of the word serenity. And I don't know it's a nautical term, which doesn't mean that everything's calm. So when I'm living from soul, it doesn't mean everything's calm and I'm tiptoeing through the tulips with tiny tip or anything. It's that my perceptions are clear, that I can see clearly into the horizon. So the sailors use that term to say it's clear, even if you're spotting a tornado, a typhoon on the far horizon to the right, to the north, or to the west. It's not that things are necessarily calm or peaceful, but that my capacity to see what is actually happening without the veils of ego, without the veils of fear, without the veil of exploit, whatever it is, but that I can really see clearly and make good decisions. Well, the typhoon's over there, so I guess I'll sail this way to the west, not to the east. And I feel like that's the messages. And when I can stay present, that's the communion with soul and the peace and wholeness and vitality and wisdom that comes with being able to perceive without all the, like, I think about those viewmasters that you would click the button and there'd be a new scene, new scene. No, I see what's actually truly there, not cultural projections, not my own fears, not what the culture's telling me on the commercials, not the political lies being spoken at this very time, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope I'm making sense. It was a profound experience for me. And I've discovered it's a very profound, just openness to soul when I just walk from this wonderful Andes Mountain coffee shop. They grow their own beans actually in Latin America and ship them in. That's why it's so delicious. To this meat that I'm already deeply in soul in ways that it's such a gift. Our souls together deepen my experience of soul. So thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here. And I
Well,
wish I could send you this picture. Maybe next time. Satnam.
thank you, dear. I really appreciate that. Okay. Japa Saraswati.
Yay, yay, yay.
Now, the first thing I heard from Bubba was to let it go because he said that reality is changing. And he went on to explain this further, but I want to stay in my notes so that I stay on task. So reality is changing and that it's constantly being shifted right now, and that it's going to continue to be in the process of being shifted. So he said two things. One is that when I'm doing something, I have to do research, and that I also have to remain deeply rooted and grounded through diet, as in eating appropriate, like plant-based foods, which are going to help me to maintain a clean vessel for my meridians to be open so that I will be receptive to the messages, whether they're psychic or whether they are just being open to the right library book falls in my lap. But he said to really emphasized that also through sadhana, through not necessarily Kundalini sadhana, but through my daily practice of yoga and meditation. And he also went on to emphasize, so this is what he said, what he showed me was to be flexible. And then he showed me like just 6 months ago, I was sitting at the bank of the river and there were these ice floes moving through the river. I mean, just tremendous, like little mini icebergs, but then they would get caught on small, maybe small islands or little banks that were in the river that that might have built up, and the icebergs would get caught on them as they're moving down the river. And as I watched as the spring got warmer, the ice would flow faster and faster, and the things that it stopped on were less. And I feel like Kehar touched on this, but like exercise, and the flow, he showed it to me like cholesterol stopping up people's hearts, or like also stopping up parts of the brain, that how important it is to um maintain the body in health so that we can really be flexible for us to be able to let it go. What he else he showed me is that everything is slippery. So I remember I felt both like afterbirth, and I also felt like when my cat died and I cried so hard and everything was covered in snot. I felt like everything was just snotty for about a week, and I felt like the cat was snotty right before he died, and then I got snotty right after he died, and it felt like this mirroring birth and afterbirth. And I've been cleaning like a demon lately. Like I'm cleaning everything. And I realized that that's part of me trying to combat the slipperiness. You know, like my world isn't actually slippery. I'm covered in pine needles because I'm in Maine. But yeah, but he showed me to accept the slipperiness because that's part of the time, and that's part of this flexibility, that we're in this liminal space, that we need to be really flexible. And then here's where it gets kind of controversial, and I don't exactly know how to say it, so I have to think about how to say it. But what he showed me was that they're trying to rewrite history. Um, and
Who, Baba Chan or Trump?
I feel Trump, but I don't think it's just Trump. I think it's the AI, and like that it's this erasure of cultural movements of and what he showed me was that it's denying. We have somebody coming. Um, where's the button?
Hello?
So somebody has come into the meeting and I don't know how to let them in. Here, there. Um, yeah, so it's I don't know how to say it exactly. Oh, so it's people who are lower income, and really frequently people of color, and especially people of women, that these are the people who are generally less respected, with less oomph to people listen to you.
Yeah, but and I would like the idea of numbers. Thank you.
Um, so less influence to make people listen to you. So these are the people whose stories are being erased. And that's what they're trying to do. And that was really why he showed me to remain deeply rooted, and to, when I'm moving forward, to do my research and to move forward with intention. Um, and it's catalyzing to me, you know, to be thinking about the girls who were trafficked now giving testimony in front of Congress, um, and that all of us, there's a way that we can react to it. There's a way that we can acknowledge the suffering and the pain and the discomfort. And it's not just of these girls, it's of the people in Gaza who are who are struggling, whose houses have been destroyed. And it's a question of turning a blind eye to the suffering of somebody who is not oneself, who is not, the average white male who is in that position. And I guess I'm feeling that struggle. I think I'm going to leave it at there because I'm afraid of saying too much.
What? For what? For you or for people with ice or with us?
Well, it's really that I don't know how to say it, and it's that I'm seeing also the parallels between the conditions at the ashram about there being an underclass and an overclass, and that the abuse happens and that it's being rewritten and denied, and that yeah.
Gotcha.
And I feel
Hello?
I'm trying to say something and I don't know how to say it.
Oh, okay, go ahead. We're doing heart breath.
Do some heart breath for Sut City because I've tried to call you Sut City to tell you this on the phone a couple of times, but you keep on talking about going back to Millis. And I want to tell you that people very high in the administration have told me that they have not told you that you're banned from the place, but it's not that you're a welcome person there, that their heart is closed to you, and that they'll take your donations, and that they'll take your service, but that you are a second class citizen there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are,
And in my heart, I can feel that's true.
yeah, and my feeling, Set City, is don't give your energy where they're gonna always consider you a second class citizen. Don't give your
Yeah.
energy there because your energy has to go for you. Your energy in that way, you have to spend your energy on taking care of Sut City, of Claire, and not of the other things. And I feel within the community, I was a second class citizen too, and I didn't know it for a very long time. And that's the same thing that's going on in our Congress and in our
Mm,
international affairs, that there are people who administration is deciding that they're second class.
voiceless.
And and
Second class.
I guess I've been doing um heart breath for all of this, for the catalyzing emotions that brings up for all of us in recognizing these feelings. And so what Baba really showed me about was about this being in this remaining flexible mentally
Mm,
and emotionally in order for resilience and regrowth, that was the real kernel that he gave to me from this meditation, was just to continue to remain flexible. And he showed me, I think I need to do more cardio, because that image of the ice flows, I could really feel like the cholesterol sort of getting broken up by movement and by yeah, I guess that's my
beautiful.
message.
Thank you so much, G.
Wonderful. Okay,
Mm.
Sat City, at this
See? Yeah.
moment, can you listen to Baba City Chand and ask about, talk about you to do about the ashram? Just listen to Baba City Chand about that.
Satnam.
Everybody, heart breath.
Mm.
Okay. South City, can you keep going? And then we can start Gian Das Prem. Is that okay?
Can I just share very quickly what I heard?
Oh, you have it. Go ahead.
Yes. Sat City, you have your teacher is Sat Dharam Kar in Toronto, and that is your Sangha.
Huh. Okay.
Said Kartar Singh is also a very important teacher. So that is where you go to study. And Sat City, thank you to, I'm sorry, my memory. Thank you to my dear sister who always has the courage to speak the truth. And that everything she said is true about my being silently blackballed. And Guru just said, the doors are already open and waiting at SMOC, which is a special program for people with addictions. He said, there's so many places open to teach. You don't need to move anywhere. Sit tight and just walk up the street. SMOC is South Middlesex Opportunity Council, and they work with people who are struggling with all sorts of stuff, poverty, immigration, etc. And there's great women there. So all the doors are open, and you'll see very clearly where to head next. Just keep studying with Sataram Kaur and get to solstices. That's a place of great nurturing, especially moving forward. And do a sadhana here in Framingham at SMOC. And I pass. Thank you so much. It was such a blessing. I have tears of gratitude. Thank you.
Wonderful. So you said to do sadhana
Mm-hmm. Have a
with,
morning sadhana here
with
At-
Mila's
up the street,
ashram.
not at the ashram.
You are or are not?
Do not return to the ashram any way, shape, or form. Not even to Gurdwara.
Ooh,
Build it here where I am. And I think I got the sense that what I need to get, I'll be traveling to do. Any training I need to get to Canada, to wherever it's going to be. And it was interesting because I think almost was not a winter. I always went by revolve your life around winter and summer solstice, those gatherings. And that's where I met you. Really, really powerful. And they almost didn't have it in Florida this year. And it ended up being on a strip in the middle of Lake Wales, like a strip in the highway. It took place. So I got the message to support winter solstice and summer solstice as a place of gathering and refreshing and growing and learning. So I don't know what that means. I'll just reach out. Hey, teach there, but mostly just the assignment is everything's right here, always already. I just have to walk up the street. SMOC, South Middlesex County Opportunity Council, which covers the needs. It's a beautiful space, gorgeous, and it's empty most of the time. And they invite programming for healing in the community because they got people with alcohol problems, with serious mental health challenges, everyday, single moms struggling. There's a big problem here with housing and affordable housing, homeless people. So it's all already set up. I don't even have to worry about it. I hope that's making sense.
okay. God bless you, dear.
Waheguru.
Keep it up.
Satnam.
And everybody, keep up heart breath with everybody. Aagia Pal, were you going to say something?
Oh my goodness, you read my mind. Yes, may I say something?
Sure.
Of course.
I don't want to interrupt Gian Das Prem. Sut City, I wanted to respond to you because I would be appreciative to grieve along with you the loss of the ashram.
Yes.
Um,
It's heartbreaking.
I was a third class citizen there, so just so you know that.
I remember well.
And other than there are a few people there that I dearly love. I am grieving that it's very often it comes up for me because I used to do the sound healing regularly with Hari Kiran, and Hari Kiran was the first one who tried to drive some sense into me, which I'm thick-headed at times and did not believe her. But anyway, had to learn that I myself and even Judy won't go near it because the no Savadars. There used to be people that would help with it, and then it just all of a sudden it just changed. So anyway, long story short, I would be happy to grieve with you and then to let it go. And thank you, Japa Saraswati, for bringing this to light. Thank you.
Thank you, G. Japa.
Thank you.
Sadam.
And
Hey,
thank you.
this is Kehar. Is it appropriate to ask, like, was there a big something that happened there in the ashram? I mean, I only ask out of curiosity. I mean, I've been here in Espanola, although I don't really talk to anybody anymore for various reasons. And
slow death.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would say that. There was no like
slow death.
explosion or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dying of a cancer.
Who?
It was like watching someone die of a cancer.
Oh,
right.
Did all the many efforts were even made, like chemo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's very painful. And
Yeah.
the person who, the doctor, had started her own studio, but I haven't heard anything about it. And she
Oh, Hadi
couldn't go
Kiran,
back.
yeah.
Yes, Hadi Kieran really tried.
And Julio. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
To resuscitate the
sorry.
patient.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much Kehar. That was
that's
it.
hard. Yeah.
Really hard.
Um, well, I'm glad to have been able to connect with you all. You know, we're talking about Millis and then solstice, and I feel sad of not having as much physical community. So it's nice to connect this way.
Wonderful. Where are you now?
I live
Still
in
in
Santa Fe. I'm still in New Mexico.
Good. But you're
Yeah.
not on the ashram or anything.
No, my kind of farewell, if you will, was when
Yeah.
I ran winter solstice in 2023. And that was like that was right after the board kind of switched over, and
Mm.
Yeah.
and they replaced people from the board. That happened in like October, November. So, but that winter solstice was kind of like the last one that we could really, the couple of us that were still in charge could make it more the way that we wanted to make it, and heart centered, and not to say that they're not heart centered, but just with different priorities in mind.
You did a
So,
beautiful job, I must say.
oh, thank you.
I had incredible. I went to every one of those solstices, and with
Oh,
women's camp where you were in charge, and did a beautiful job.
oh, thank you. I appreciate
Transformative,
that.
really, really
It's
transformative.
yeah, yeah. And I can't really I'm not, maybe someday, but I'm not at the point where I want to be around any of the 3HO energies that are now there. Um so but I'm glad that other people still get benefit out of going. So, yeah, it's just a personal thing for me now.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Mhm.
Okay. Gian Das Prem.
Satnam, everyone.
Hello.
Communicating through the light.
Say it again.
I am being shown the light in a more specific fashion. The communication between the truth and the actual, and right up to the 5D of holding the light and shining from within. And for me, that relationship is just becoming a little more clearer, along with the confusion through the language of sometimes learning ourselves. But for me today, it's the frequency of forgiveness is coming in so big, and the joy of, the appreciation of the life after the end of the life sometimes is so powerful that um, where we go and how we move, and it was very personal. In the last few days, I was able to go up to Mount Shasta and spend some time there, and be guided by the light to use my voice, and it was just so beautiful to have those echoes from the heart resonating with the planet and the Pleiadians and the Arcturians, and to be able to separate that light from my light is, I think, what happened this time, for that noticing, in the mirror reflections way of, and then wave showers of that light. And I'd like to share that more, because I know that Baba Siri Chand was he was there for me and all of my guys for me, and it was undeniable in synchronicities, and noticing that way of the whole vibration change. for that freedom and frequency of forgiveness to come through as joy and celebration of this vibration continuing regardless of where we go from here, which is, we all notice the change, right? And the frequency change. So it's beautiful. And I'm in the crowd right now. I'm in the airport and I'm coming back home to move my daughter to Queens, New York. And we have a cat missing. And
Okay, Gian Das Prem, wait 1 second. Sat City, would you mute you? Sat City? That's it.
Yes.
Okay, continue. Gian Das Prem, continue.
the messages were coming through very powerful through the animals on the trip. And the lizards were very, very pronounced. And there was also a chipmunk that came up with a piece of straw and was playing and doing some things that were just, I have some things that I can share on video, and there are some other things that we can, we are sharing, right, with that light. So, and my cat, one of my old cats came to me and he was a rescue that, nobody wanted. And his story was just amazing. No claws. By a leukemia patient that had him, and then the cat ended up biting the lady. I don't know, but there's so many things that happen, right? So we're just in this delicacy. And the message that came through him, his name was Lovey, and the message that came through was streamlining and honing our craft and doing it in a joyous way. As we coming together, people are going to come together more in community now, and that's a beautiful way for this to happen, to see, what we're up against in these times, and that we have within our heart and within our history of, moving through the matter and dealing with the matter, that it will be okay, no matter what comes at us. And we're experiencing loss and that way of reaching out, right, from the inner light. Yeah, so it was great to go up there and be guided in a certain way and have a plan to think, oh, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to chant this today. And, and next thing you know, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs across that mountain, Ram, Ram, Hari Ram. And it just feels good, right, to go back and my other songs too, Sesame Street, and just celebrating of the longtime son. And I think that's where I'll say Waheguru and to spread that joy, from our beings and the believings of our ways from when we were younger too. Yeah, so that for me, it was a lightning ball and it was actual. And now with the aura pictures and with everything else, I'd love to share that with you, with the technology of that stillness coming through the breath and putting its vibration out for us to, fill that basket with food so that when we can come around to each other, because we do see a lot of hearts reaching out in many different ways corresponding with the earth, and there are good things happening there as well. So, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. Okay. God bless you, all of you. And we have found about Baba Siddhi for so many things about pure truth and so much to changing. Thank you so much. Okay, so Japa Saraswati, will you lead us in this song?
Sure. Inhale to begin. A long time.
Sunshine upon
Oh,
around you. I you light within you. Guiding
your way on.
you.
Guide your way. Guide your way.
Inhale. Bless you. God bless you all the time. Love you, love you, love you.
Sup, Nam, everyone.
Oh.
Love you all.
All the time.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.